Okay, and we are back for real this time. We just had a bit of a trouble with the... All I had to do was go in... Yep, sorry, as I was saying, we had a bit of an issue with the add-ons there. Well, the one add-on, Automatron. I just have to renew my licenses because I think we lost internet connection earlier. We tried to start the stream actually, sort of 20 minutes ago, but the internet connection gave out, so I reset everything, and I think that needed me to kind of restore the licenses just so that the PS4 knew that I owned the DLC. Anyway, so we're back to carry on with our Fallout 4 playthrough in preparation for all the DLC packs. Thanks for all the support on the Twitch channel and on YouTube. I've had some really nice complimentary comments from people on the YouTube uploads, because we're going to be uploading this entire playthrough to YouTube. And I'm trying to throw in some tips and tricks and you know, just bits of advice along the way for any sort of new players who are new to Fallout. We're going to just sleep for an hour just to make sure we've got a well-rested bonus. And then we're going to take a look and see where we are. Now, yesterday, yesterday we did a mission for 10 Pines Bluff, and we got a bit unlucky because they gave us one of the hardest missions straight away, because those you know, different quests that you do to help the different settlements are random. So, you know, we ended up getting one of the hard ones, and at the moment, if we just give you guys, if you're new to the playthrough, give you guys a rundown of our perk tree at the moment. We're very, very weak combat-wise. We have 1 point in endurance, so we've got very low health. We've got 2 points in agility. Now, agility is the most important combat skill, I think, for at least for the play style that I'm going to go for. But the reason I've gone low is because I wanted to have access to some of the perks that I like to be able to buy early on, the ones that have a greater effect if you buy them early on. So things like finding more money, finding more ammo, getting more items when you scrap your weapons and armor, hacking and lock picking, also being able to carry more stuff. Oh, and of course, Idiot Savant. Now, if you look through all those perks I have bought, not a single one of them is combat related. They're all what I like to call utility perks. So they either help you level up quicker, or they help you, you know, gain more crafting supplies or money or ammo or whatever the case may be. So we actually took quite a while trying to clear out. We got the mission for clearing out the Corvega assembly plant, and if you watch yesterday's stream, or if you go back and watch the YouTube video that's been uploaded, you'll see that we took a long time, because although we've leveled up with XP, you know, we're level 11, I think, so all the enemies have leveled up with us, but during that leveling up we haven't actually got any stronger because we haven't used the perk points for combat stuff. And our starting build was very, very weak when it comes to combat as well. And we're playing on hard just for a balanced difficulty, but it did make that very difficult. And we're still very weak, but we're going to start making our way down to Oberland Station. Now, I believe, if I remember correctly, I believe, what's it called? Cambridge. I think Cambridge. Ah, yeah, we got Cambridge Polymer Lab. So this area here is... If we zoom in, you can see it's like a built-up area. It's all sort of coloured in a lighter colour. That's Cambridge. Now, if we go there, we're going to meet the Brotherhood of Steel, and I think we're going to do that because that's a good way to level up. So let me just check our inventory, make sure. I think we sorted it out at the end of the last stream. We made sure we had everything we needed, but not carrying too much. I like to go out quite light, and I have storage for everything, so I know where everything is. Yeah, okay, good. So if we make our way down south, we're going to sort of make our way towards Overland Station, but on the way we're going to look out for the radio signal from the Brotherhood of Steel, and we're also working on leveling up our relationship with Codsworth, so that we can get his perk. Now, I was thinking a bit about the new difficulty, the Survivor. I mean, Survivor's already in the game, but with one of the upcoming updates, let's just have a look here. Make sure I forgot to check that my stream is actually working. Yes, good. Okay, so where are we? Let's just have a look and figure out where we're going, and then we can chat about what we are going to cover. I apologise if I'm a bit sniffly today. Give me 1 second, actually. Okay. Right, so yeah, as we were saying, this is the hardest difficulty in Fallout 4. And if anyone's played New Vegas, you'll know that there was a hardcore setting. Now, hardcore, you could actually turn hardcore on any difficulty. So you could technically play very easy. You know, you could play on very easy difficulty, but with hardcore turned on. And what hardcore did is it added a hunger meter and a thirst meter and a sleep meter. So you have to make sure. We've got the radio signal here. You have to make sure that you eat at the right times and drink and all that kind of stuff. Let's just tune into this station a second.
Automated message repeating. This is Scribe hailing Reconnaissance Squad Gladius to any unit in transmission range. Authorization ARCS, Pharaoh 9-5. Our unit has sustained casualties, and we're running low on supplies. We're requesting support or evac from our position at Cambridge Police Station.
There we go. Now I believe that's Cambridge over there. If we turn that radio station off. So that's the Brotherhood of Steel letting us know that they need help. So that's quite good, because this is going to be a good way for us to level up, so we can start getting some of these combat perks and not have such a tough time today. But yeah, like I was saying, you've got hardcore on New Vegas, but there was nothing like that with hunger and thirst and all those types of things on Fallout 4. But what they're going to be doing is adjusting the Survivor difficulty, which is already in the game. Survivor is basically exactly the same as very hard. All of the actual damage numbers, like how much damage you do and how much damage the enemies do, they're all the same. But we've got some enemies around here. But it's got some added features. Let's just carry on with that in a moment. Let's just there we go. Let's take this guy out and then oh, I think we might have some raiders around as well. Oh. Go on, keep him busy, Codsworth. Oh nice, took him out. Cool. Right, we'll continue our discussion in a moment, but I want to, gonna be quite a lot of enemies here, because this is a big town, or city, whatever you want to call it. Just have a scout around. But yeah, the, pardon me, the, what's it called, Survivor difficulty, I think the added features it has are things like your health, when you use a health item. Oh, you've got a hunting rifle, that's cool. Turn that into a sniper eventually. Oh, the heck was that? Oh, he ran right past me. Crumbs. They really like to go for Codsworth, don't they? But yeah, when they released this new difficulty, this new version of of Survivor, there's actually going to be, you know, they're going to add those hunger and thirst meters back in, and I don't think there's a sleep meter, but there is going to be a disease kind of mechanic, so you can pick up diseases. I think you can pick up some basic diseases in the game now, but oh, there's lots of people around here. But you're going to be able to pick up a much wider variety of diseases, and I've just noticed that I think I've picked up a night vision. Awesome. Okay, we're starting to get some more interesting mods on our guns now, and we're going to be using them to, we're going to be sort of piling them all together and creating some decent weapons eventually. But yeah, this new version, obviously, like I mentioned, hunger and everything, but also you're not going to be able to fast travel. So on the new version of Survivor difficulty, which we've got here, nice. You're not going to be able to fast travel, and you can only save when you sleep. Now I'm not sure. Pardon me, you'll have to forgive all the coughing, guys. I'm not sure whether the sleep feature refers to only sleeping at your own beds. I think maybe you can only save. You only save your game when you sleep, possibly in an owned bed, which means a bed that you own. So in other words, a bed at your settlement, or you know, one that you've built, or one that you own the location that it's in. So you can't save. You know, you can't manual save. There's no auto saves when you go in and out of buildings. It's literally just saving when you sleep. But I'm not sure whether you can save in sort of beds out in the world, because that wouldn't be too bad, because you'd be able to heal yourself by sleeping. I think maybe they've taken away they might be taking away the ability to heal when you sleep. I'm not sure. But if you can sleep in an unowned bed, that wouldn't be too bad, because there's beds around that you can find. You can kind of stumble across one and make a save, and then you've got that anchor point that you can go back to if you need to. But it got me thinking about how my loadout would differ. Pardon me. It got me thinking about how I would, you know, which different perks I would go for, what I would avoid, you know, because obviously my starting build would need to be different. So I'd need to not take so many points in some of the specials, so that I can have more points in probably in things like endurance, because at the moment, whenever I play on a normal difficulty, whether it's normal, hard, or, you know, anything but Survivor, I always put a lot of points into I always put a lot of points into certain specials that will give me access to some of the perks that will help me to level up, and also, you know, all the things we mentioned earlier about getting more money, ammo, supplies, and things like that. Stuff that doesn't actually make you stronger, doesn't make it easier to survive, but it does. You know, some of those perks are very useful if you take them early on, and although it makes you weaker for the early stage of the game, it makes you stronger as time goes on. But if you were playing on Survivor, especially with the new difficulty, obviously you'd need to completely change, or I would need to completely change the perks that the perks I take, and also the specials that I take. So I was thinking, like, where I would be able to compromise. Let's just have a look. We've got. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to just quickly quit this one. Oh, he's not down. So yeah, I probably would go with less charisma points, because I like to go, you know, when I'm not playing on a hard difficulty, I like to go with lots of charisma, because I like to be able to pass speech checks but also I like to be able to have the local leader perk, because that... Oh, we're going in there? No. Yeah, because if we are... Oh, crumbs. Yeah, because if we are settling a few settlements, and I've just burnt myself to a crisp, I didn't realise there was gas in here. Yeah, oh, yeah. If we were getting settlements, and now we've got people shooting at us as well as raiders. Oh, something's pushing me. Okay, so we were getting quite distracted by all this combat. Yeah, the local leader perk is very useful if you're settling settlements, because you can send supply lines between them, which gives you access to all your building materials at each settlement, and also it allows you to build shops and stuff. Now, in retrospect, I put 6 points into charisma for this playthrough so that I could have the local leader perk, but really I'm not really focusing on settlements. Let me just turn my volume down a sec. Yeah, I'm not particularly focusing on settlements. I don't want to be tied down to sort of trying to keep loads of them happy, so I'm going to just have as few settlements as I can get away with. Oh, I wonder why this is here. Can I climb up here? Oh, there's some money. Yeah, so I could have probably done with less charisma, and I could have put some points into endurance or something. But I do like having the ability to pass speech checks quite easily, even though you can save and reload if you want. You know, you can save before a speech check, and if you fail it, you can just reload and keep doing that until you get it, you know, until you pass it. But I think if I was playing on Survivor, there's a few things to take into account with the new changes when they do release the you know, the update, because I was thinking, well, you know, I'm going to need, you know, if I do play it, I'm going to need endurance, I'm going to need agility, you know, right from the beginning. I can't afford to do what I'm doing on this playthrough and kind of put all my points in stuff that helps me level up and then, you know, just buy those combat perks later, because you're just going to die right at the beginning otherwise. It's going to be too tough. So, oh, crumbs. I heard a beeping, but I was quick saving. Okay, we're going to have to heal up. Blimey. Okay, I'm forgetting how we heal different parts of the body. On Fallout 4 you could kind of go to different parts of the body and heal them. Oh, I tell you what, there's a bed near here. We're not right in combat at the moment, so let's go back and have a sleep. Without charisma, because on Survivor, you'd be able to be honest, passing speech checks isn't gonna be the most important thing on your mind. You know, whilst you're trying to survive the hardest difficulty with all those crazy new features, you know, no fast travel and only save when you sleep. Let's just figure this lock out.
Nice.
But then I was thinking, well, if you're not able to save, and you know, apart from when you sleep, wow, I'm carrying too much already. Crumbs. Okay, I'm gonna drop something. Sorry, I keep jumping back between conversations. Let's drop the broom I just picked up. Have we? Oh, crumbs! Why did that happen? Why did I? Oh, that's like a delayed. That was a delayed animation. That's very odd, because I used the stim pack way over there, or wherever I was. There was a pool there, wasn't there? We're just going to check that we've found College Square, so I don't think it's going to let us fast travel because there's enemies. Oh yeah, it is. Oh no. Okay, so let's take out this dude here. I'll get out of the way, Codswell. That's it, well done. Yeah, so you know, when you can't fast travel and you can only save when you sleep, that means that having all of the settlements would be extremely useful. Oh, crumbs, we still can't. Okay, we're going to move away. The music just kind of died down, so maybe that's the enemies in this area gone. Oh, crumbs. Coughlin. So if you've got settlements all around the wasteland, then wherever you are, as soon as you can't fast travel, and remember you've got the food and hunger meter, hunger and thirst meters that are constantly, you're constantly getting more hungry, constantly getting more thirsty. So if you're having to travel a long distance just to get to one place, just to get home and sleep, or so you can save and stuff, then you're going to be needing to eat and drink a lot more. So if you've got a settlement nearby, then you're going to be able to go there, sleep, save, heal yourself. Pardon me. And that's going to be, a massive boost, a massive benefit, really. So I was thinking it might actually be worthwhile having local leader if you were doing the new version of Survivor. But if you had that, then where would you take the points from? Probably strength, although I'd still want to put a little bit of stuff into strength, because if you're doing Survivor, then you need to rely on melee. Some of the melee perks are really, really OP. So yeah, I mean, obviously we'll look at it when we get there. If we do a Survivor difficulty playthrough, if there's a trophy related to it, we definitely will. Okay, so we've got an automatic 10mm pistol here. We don't have a lot of ammo for it. I'll tell you what, we'll use it for a bit and we'll break down this normal one. Yeah, why not? It's going to do more damage, isn't it? It's going to use up ammo quickly, but we're taking those perks for finding more ammo, so let's scrap that. We've still got this freezing pipe auto rifle. Now we've got this night vision calibrated powerful pipe sniper rifle. I might actually combine some of the mods from that with the pistol, with the legendary pistol we've got. Oh, nice, yes, a calibrated powerful receiver. So that's if we just buy a standard receiver. Have we got? Oh, we got a calibrated one. We can stick that on, and yeah, we don't mind using that. So that will just save us spending oil. A long light barrel. Let's stick on a stud barrel here. All of this is just putting low-level stuff on this gun so we can trash it, but keep all the decent mods off it. Marksman's stock. Yeah, that's one of the things that makes it a rifle. And we've got this short night vision scope. They're very useful. We've got nothing else we can put on there, so we'll have to buy a standard sight. Okay. One thing I need to remember to do while we're here, each time we come home, we're going to have to pick some plants and then plant those seeds to create more, because we need to get a decent income of corn and nut fruit and everything, so that we can start building the adhesive. So let's have a look. We can trash that now. Freezing pipe water pistol. Now this freezes enemies, and this might have more of an effect from range. If we're So rather than having the automatic receiver, because this works out quite well actually. If we put the calibrated one on, that gives us more damage, and that's going to make more sense as a sniper rifle. Just as a note here, we've discussed the whole idea of not needing crafting perks. You see this here, we've got the because we took the calibrated powerful receiver off of the other weapon, and because it's the same weapon, it will fit on any of the same weapons. Even though it was a rifle, technically a pipe rifle and a pipe pistol are the same thing, it's just got a bigger barrel, so it's just related to the different mods that are on it. But see on the right there, it's got, this particular mod requires gun nut level 2, or rank 2, to be able to buy it or build it, but because we already own it, we can attach it. So that's why I say it's not really worth putting points into the crafting side of things, because you don't need them. As long as you can find a weapon with the mods on, sure, if you want decent weapons right at the beginning of the game, you could put points into them and you could build them yourself, but you're not going to have that many crafting supplies at that point anyway. And it saves you a lot of supplies, things like oil and some of the rare components. It saves you using them if you can just take the mod off of, one gun and put it on another. So, yeah, anyway, so we're putting that powerful receiver on, and that's useful because that's single shot, it's going to make more sense to sniper rifle, and although this was a rapid fire pistol before, we've now got the 10mm is auto fire, so we've got a close range auto fire gun. So we could build the long ported barrel. But yeah, let's just, no, we'll stick with what we've, oh, sorry, no, which is the one we've got? Long light barrel. Yeah, okay, so that's good range, and it makes it lighter as well. What's the difference between long ported? Pardon me. Right, so long ported barrel is superior recoil range and sighted accuracy. Superior range and sighted accuracy, better recoil, reduced hip fire. Yeah, they're pretty much, there's not a lot of difference between them really. So we'll just attach that for now. We're just going to make a slightly better gun than what we've been using, at least something that we can use at range, because that's one of the problems we had at Corvega, was that we didn't have anything with any range on it really. Apart from, actually we did find the laser musket, which we took with us when we went back after struggling the first time. But yeah, I do like having night vision stuff, because you can see the ghouls before you reach them, and also you can, it makes it easier to take advantage of the bonus damage you get for doing a sneak attack, which is very cool. Okay, so we've got a legendary sniper, basically, with freezing damage, night vision, cool. Okay, so that's going to be one of our go-to guns, along with a 10mm pistol. Glow-sighted tuned pipe revolver pistol. In some cases, you can't take... Yeah, it's very odd. Some cases you can't unequip the mod, because sometimes they're kind of a unique mod to that gun. So I wonder, it's probably worth keeping this one, actually. Sometimes I rename the guns so I know which was which and why I've kept them. I'm not going to be using it, but if I get some... better, mods for it in the other slots, then it might be worth... Let's have a look. 24 tuned, fire rate 7. Well, it's not actually that special, is it? 24 damage, calibrated one is 36 damage. So I wonder what it is about this one that makes it... It's got slightly faster fire rate. You know what, I think I'll just break it down, because it's not like it's anything particularly special. I'll take the bayonet off because it's free. So you can scrap that. You can scrap the knuckles, not going to be using them. Scrap these bolt action guns. These are very basic, so it's not worth keeping. Short double barreled. I've got 2 double barreled shotguns that are both they're both legendary. It's a bit odd. But short hunting rifle. Now, it's only got 36 bullets for it, and it's got nothing special on it. So sometimes you think to yourself, right, you know, I want to keep that because I like hunting rifles, and I'll make it into a better gun when I get better mods for it, right? But the only way you can get better mods for it without building them is by finding another hunting rifle with those mods on. So if you find another hunting rifle, then it won't have mattered that you broke this one down. So I'm going to trash it because if a gun's got no particular upgrades on it, unless it's a good gun without those upgrades. If it's like a combat rifle or something, they're pretty good. But if it's basically just completely basic version of a gun, there's almost no point in keeping it because you don't want to waste the ammo type that is tied to that weapon. Because when you get a better version of that gun, you want to have that ammo available to use. Right, so we've got a close-up gun. How much damage does this do? 19 and 10, 55 fire rate. Yeah, that's got quite a good fire rate. It's semi-auto, it's not full auto, obviously, but... yeah, okay, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the laser musket... in here for now. Just travel light, take as few things as possible. Tire iron or machete. Tire iron can go in there. So sniper, just take one grenade and mine with us. We'll pick up more while we're out there. And I'm not going to be worried about the flare gun. I don't want to call in more people. I want to get the XP myself. Right, so that's nice and simple. We're going to chuck all of our junk in there. And then we've got, I think it's all the armor that's weighing us down. So I'm just going to back out of here and I'm going to equip... No, I'm not. I'm going to do it in here because then we can see what we've got and we can... cushioned boiled leather left leg. Boiled is the first mod. Good more protection. Cushioned I think is less falling damage, which I'm never really bothered with that. Let's have a look. Let's just break down all the stuff that's basic. Although, what are we wearing at the moment? We've got chest and right arm is leather. So the right arm, right leg, and chest are leather. Left leg and left arm are metal, I think. We've got any other metal stuff? Right, I'm going to get rid of all this raider stuff. This raider stuff is... it's not much good. Lightweight tempered. What you can do is just buy the standard upgrade for each of these slots, and then and then you can sort of use them wherever you want. Yeah, maybe the chest piece, get rid of that. Eventually we'll start getting, like, if you get a better version of raider armor, then that might be better than leather armor. But it's all a case of just spending a bit of time and comparing things. Left arm, left leg. See, metal is good against ballistic, like we were talking about yesterday, so we're not really fighting many laser weapons at the moment. Hang on, what am I looking at here? Lightweight, hardened, raider left leg, 5, 5, 7, and 3. Yeah, see, so that's got the same total protection. Raider stuff seems to be more heavy, but the metal leg is more skewed towards protection against ballistic, whereas raider stuff is more all-round. So eventually the leather stuff, that's better for energy weapons, so when we're doing the DLC we'll probably go with a decent leather set of armor once we find it, because obviously we're going to be fighting all these robots. The only reason that raider left leg had the same overall protection as the metal one is because it had a higher level upgrade on it. Generally speaking, they're quite low protection overall if you add together the oh, look, metal. Okay, so we've got. If we take off, take these off, and so we've got 2 metal left arms, and we can take those perks from the other one. Nice, enamelled, and we can either go pocketed and carry more. That gives you an extra £5 of carry weight, I think. But if you go lighter build, it weighs less anyway, which has the same kind of effect. Not by as much, it's like 1.5 less, 1.5 pounds less, rather than having the 5 pounds of extra carry weight. So you're only sacrificing like 3.5, but you get the extra AP as well, which is really important for me at the moment because I've got extremely low agility. So I've got a very low AP available to me. That's action points, obviously. Let's have a look. Have we got anything here that's... Oh, crumbs. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, I'm gonna have to reload a save. That's really annoying. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. For some reason it jumped to one that I didn't want to break down. Okay, well this won't... Okay, this won't take long. I do apologise. At least this time I don't have to talk you through what I'm doing. I'm just going to quickly... I'll probably have to redo those guns again, but it won't take me more than a second. Yeah, okay, so I broke that down. Freezing pipe water pistol. Yeah, bear with me for just a second. That's really annoying. Sometimes it kind of, you're breaking something down, you expect the cursor to end up on, a particular one that you're planning on breaking down as well, but it kind of jumps down one rather than up one, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I'm probably just babbling now. And yeah, I broke down my best piece of armor at the moment. So let's just sort this gun out again. Yep, cool. Standard sight. And yeah, okay, so there's that one, go section pipe, we'll break that down. See there, I think it's the last thing you modified, it jumps to that one, so when you break something down, like for instance, I break this down, I expect it to stay where it is, so I can break the next one down as well, but if I press square too quickly, it would have broken down the gun that I didn't want to, because it jumps up a couple, just because that's the last one that I actually modified. And I really don't know why it does that. I'm sure they'll fix that at some point, but it's quite frustrating, especially if you modify something right at the top of your list, and then you have to keep scrolling down to the ones you want to break down, because it keeps jumping you back to where you were beforehand. Okay, right, we're back on track, I think. Let's just check some of these weapons in here that I'm not going to be using. Okay, cool. Right, and now back to the armor. It's alright if you haven't actually modded anything yet, you can quickly bash through like this. So don't forget to make yourselves known, guys, if you're in the chat or if you're on Twitch. If you've got any questions at all, if you're just setting out on your follow-up playthrough, or you're planning on playing it, or maybe you're halfway through and you're kind of a bit overwhelmed by things. I think it's quite cool that this new difficulty that we were discussing earlier, the new version of Survivor, I think it's quite cool that they've left that until now, or until, whenever it ends up coming out, because I think there's a lot of new players to this, and what's in the game at the moment is quite overwhelming for some people. So if they'd if they'd gone ahead and added that from the start, I think people would have just been like, would have just totally overwhelmed them and put people off, I think. But now, people who've gotten to know the game a bit better, or people who are big Fallout players like myself and have kind of spent some time with this game and got to know the different systems and stuff. Adding in those new systems to think about just gives us a new level of challenge to work on. Oh, pardon me. So yeah, I think it makes total sense. They didn't want to, put people off with crazy amount of different mechanics and stuff in play. So what we got here? We got boiled leather, chest piece. Anything to add to it? Notice I'm not buying any upgrades. I'm only attaching them if I own them. So like that one, that gives us more action points, which is awesome. The lightweight mod is quite important for me right now. Leather left leg. So I'm basically not going to keep anything apart from what I'm wearing until we start getting some legendary stuff. Because if something's not good enough to wear, and you're thinking to yourself, maybe I'll just mod it later. You can just wait until you get another one, because when you get a mod off another one, then it's going to come from the same piece of armor anyway. So you don't need to keep the original one like we mentioned earlier. So we've got left leg. Let's just go through these and make sure we've got all the best stuff that we own. Equip, yeah, lightweight. Okay, not going to buy that. Leather right leg. See, have we got anything for... boiled leather, okay. So I don't think it matters which leg it's from. Oh, light to build as well. Excellent. So we've got a bit of a mixture of armor here. We've got metal stuff, we've got leather stuff. We haven't got any raider stuff, but that means we're mostly protected against... Actually, it's pretty even, because metal's good against ballistic and leather's good against energy. And we've got a nice lot of lightweight stuff, so it's not weighing too much, and also we've got the extra action points. Excellent. Right, let's check some of the stuff that I'm not going to be needing in here. In the first video I was putting everything in a cupboard downstairs for my settlers, but what I decided to do is just put it in my workshop, because there's a separate, you can go across to apparel and just look at the apparel anyway. So if I want to find stuff for my guys to wear, I'll just look through this. Did I dress up? I'm trying to remember. I'm going to check that in a second. So I'm kind of thinking out loud right now. Tell you what I'm thinking in a second. I just quickly road leathers. As you spend more time on this game, you get used to what each thing is, and it becomes second nature. You scroll through your stuff, and like you just press X on everything you want to put in here. And everyone, sorts out their stuff differently. I mean, you don't have to copy exactly what I'm doing. You can do if you like, but I'm basically putting anything that's craftable. That I'm not gonna anything that you can cook or craft with, apart from the chems, and also all the junk food I put in here as well into my workbench. Basically, you want to put anything in your workbench that you're not going to want to actually have direct access to. So stuff you're not going to want to take. So for instance, that's why I don't put my weapons in here. I put them in a separate cupboard. Any good weapons that I'm not breaking down, I put them in that box near my bed, because then I know where they are and I can go straight there. But all this apparel, I might need access to it, but it's all in a separate category. The only reason I'd need access to it is to give to my settlers. But any apparel that I want to wear, any apparel that I want to wear myself at some point, like for instance any legendary gear that I'm not necessarily using at the moment, but it's got it's got bonuses on it that might help me later on fighting against certain enemies, stuff like that, I put that in my own personal cupboard so that I know where that is and I can get to that nice and easily. And the same thing with the chems. So for instance here, we're going to put all the chems that we're not worried about taking with us right now. So for instance, I only really want to take one Radex. I might take more as we get later on, once I can carry more stuff. But if we take one of each of the different things, mutfruit here, yeah, mutfruit I'm going to put in, because see, I'm not going to need mutfruit on me. I'm never going to use just mutfruit on its own. I'm either going to use it to grow a plant, because it gives me radiation. It only heals me by 10 points. So it's pointless having. I'm never going to be like, oh, I'm going to take some mutt fruit with me. You know, just put it in the workshop, and that means if ever you want to cook anything using mutt fruit, then it's already there ready, because all of your workshop inventory is in the cooking bench and all the other benches. We've got some money in here actually. I'm not sure where that came from, but that's cool. What was I saying? Yeah, and then if you want to grow anything, again, because it's in the workshop menu, you have access to it, so you don't need to have it on you. So anything that I'm not worried about ever actually, you know, taking with me out into the world. I've got my light on. Yeah, those things. Why is there no corn grown? What's going on here? Maybe I haven't left it long enough. Yeah, those things can just go in the workshop if you don't need direct access to them. Sorry, I always get sidetracked. Look at these things, they're kind of hovering above the ground. That's probably why they're not growing, they've got no soil or water. Just make sure these things are, yeah, they are being farmed, so they are growing. I do have one, let's have a look, resources, food. Now, once again, I've already mentioned this a few times, but the reason we're planting mutt fruit, corn, and potatoes, and the reason we're being, you know, we're making sure to have as many planted as we've got, is because if you've got all three of those, if you've got an income for all three of those, then you can create, you know, a certain thing at the cooking bench you can create that gives you adhesive, which is a really good way of having a constant income of adhesive. You also need water, so that's why we've got, over here we've got two, we've got two of these water, you know, pump things. They're producing 10 each, and we only need 6, so those extra 14 water units have been put in our workshop. And as long as we've got more food than we need, so we need 6 units of food, and we've got currently 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 11. So if you have a few bits of food, oh,
seems to be growing well.
Hey, they're growing now. At least those two are. Yeah, those extra bits of food will be put into our workbench again, and those bits of food can be used to craft that glue, adhesive, whatever you want to call it. These. I feel like that one needs to come out a bit to be in line. Yeah, let's bring them out a little bit. Sorry, I'm a bit anal with things like this. Okay, so we're going to have two rows of 6 of these, so that's enough for one person to farm. And then we're going to put out whatever mutt fruit we've got here. We're going to have 6 mutt fruit total. And that'll be 18 food production. I might grow some more eventually once we've got some more. Oh, is it grown already? Oh, it looked like it was. Yeah, once we've got some more settlers, we'll put some more food out and have a bigger income of those spare bits of food. I'm sorry, this must be really boring for you, but I'm so OCD with... Alright, leave it. I need to slap myself across the face and stop caring. Okay, so let's have a look. We've got 45 carry weight. Let's go and have a sleep, and then we'll go back, we'll fast travel back to the college square where we just were. Let me just check something. Yeah, just double checking that my... I think I've muted my mic in the past by accident and spoken for ages without realising it was muted. Okay, let's sort out our quick select stuff. There, fine, just put our pistol over on the right. So we've only actually really got 2 guns on us. Have we got enough ammo for those 2? Because that's, yeah, we've got 960 for the cryo sniper rifle. I'm wondering if it's worth taking something else for close range stuff. I might actually take the laser musket. Is that submachine gun? I think I'll and I'll keep that for now. Laser musket weighs a lot, doesn't it? What about these shotguns? They don't weigh as much. In case we come across some super mutants, I'll take that. I'll take that shotgun. And we will put